Welcome back to Around the World with Michael D. I'm your host, Michael D. Butler, and we're going around the world with our next guest, Chandra Cox. She's the founder and the author of the Kiddiewinkies series. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Michael.
So why Kiddiewinkies? Why now? This looks like so much fun. It looks like a movie that you're working on here. You're an educator.
Yes.
How long have you loved education?
I have been a middle school teacher my entire career up until this past school year. I left my teaching job to do some other things, including launching my own education consulting company and getting into some publishing. So it's been very exciting. Yeah,
what better way to give credibility to your consulting company, right, than say, I wrote a series of best-selling books. So Kiddiewinkies, this looks so fun and magical and fiction, I assume.
Yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes in these books inside your head that you finally put on paper.
Yeah, so the Kiddiewinkies series is a book series about strong girl characters who have fairies in this world who kind of take care of the growth of each of the kids. And so they get into a lot of different things that you run into growing up, but then also there's a little bit of fantasy going on there too. So it's really fun.
Well, I like the female empowerment. We had Charla Frost on the show recently with the Frogville series of books, and she was talking about that a lot of girls need more female role models, right? And you're doing that with Kiddiewinkies series.
Yes.
And a lot of cool stuff's been happening behind the scenes. What do you, because I know you're getting positive feedback, what is some of the feedback you're getting right now?
It's been great. I just think that young girls need things to inspire them and to feel like they're being heard and like, you know, other people can relate to them. And so this is a really great way for them to do that.
So a lot of the parents that are buying the books are buying them in bulk because they're sharing them with friends. And what better way to do it, right? So, I mean, I think you have reading parties that are popping up everywhere. You got book clubs that are popping up everywhere. And a lot of school teachers like yourself that are sharing these. And I don't know, do you have swag and that kind of thing yet, or is that coming?
That's coming.
So Mark Victor Hansen, New York Times bestselling author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, endorses Kiddiewinkies, says Kiddiewinkies stories are about as perfect as they can be and makes every adult just wish that they were young again. I absolutely loved it. I wish I was young again. I've got grandchildren, and listen, if you've got friends in your life, and I'm sure you have friends that have children, particularly girls, what a better way to empower them than through a Kiddiewinkies series. Now, series could mean 5, it could mean 10. How many books are you planning?
Right now, probably 7 is what we're kind of looking at. So,
well, 7's a good round number. I mean, that's a lot of fun, right?
It is.
You know, Christmas time rolls around, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting that 7-pack.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So,
delivering all over the world.
Very
now,
excited.
Tell me a little bit about the, do you want to talk about the children's consulting, the education consulting company a little bit?
Yeah, so I have some background in using dramatic inquiry in the classroom. I've worked with the Royal Shakespeare Company to learn how to do that, did a master's degree in it.
Oh, wow.
And so my consulting company has to do with going into classrooms, teaching teachers how to use drama to talk about big topics with students to open up conversations and dialogue around things like equity and just important issues that
now, when I was young, there wasn't a problem with talking. It was too much talking. It was like the teacher was always trying to keep us quiet. But I guess now you're talking about getting the kids talking about important topics, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember you saying that. I thought that's revolutionary because that I mean, what kid is not going to go home and tell their parents about, well, I did a drama today, right? I acted this thing out today. So is that kind of how that looks?
Yeah, they absolutely love it. Every time when I was using things like that in my own classroom, students would walk in and see all the furniture moved out of the room and go, oh, we're doing something fun today.
I was born in the wrong decade, I'm telling you. Principal's office. I think, you know, I think there's a lot of kids that this is really the thing. They're not, it's not that they're not smart or that they're not gifted. They're just not being challenged enough, right? And so that's why I love teachers like yourself. And I would imagine teachers are giving us a lot of calls about buying the books, right? Because it makes their world easier.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it definitely opens up a world of possibility of just really having fun with students while teaching the things that you need to teach.
Did you find when you got out of college and took that first classroom, was it different, and then were your hands kind of tied where you had to do it a certain way, or did you have some latitude on being creative like that?
A little bit of both. It's kind of, you get a little bit of pushback. Schools want you to be creative with students, but then you have state testing and all of these things you have to
and then they come in and audit your classroom too, right? They're going to set in and listen to what you're doing.
Yeah. So, but what I found though is when students are excited about what they're reading, and especially when you get into things like drama, they have a better relationship with what they're learning, and so they really attend to what they're supposed to be learning more so.
Well, that's revolutionary. So what age did you design Kiddiewinkies for?
So this is for about 3rd to 5th grade age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. About 8 to 11 years old
Yeah.
or so? Okay. Well, that's cool because I think those parents, they're going to buy them all as a series, right? I mean, it just makes sense.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Wow. So any more insight on maybe to what's going on in the storyline without giving it away?
I'll give you a little bit about Maisie's Magical Secret, which is the first book in the series. The main character, Maisie, discovers that there is a fairy who is helping with her growth, and she really wants to trap her to see what's going on with this fairy. And so she does, and then all the story kind of develops from there, of the fairy being very upset that she's been trapped and she can't work on Maisie's growth if she's in a box in her room.
Oh, that's fascinating. That's a fascinating metaphor in your mind. I just love the way your mind works with that. So it's so brilliant. I would imagine too that grandparents are probably a big fan of this series, right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Now, didn't I hear you tell somebody, say you're speaking everywhere, you're available for consulting? And
yes, so I'm available for education consulting, for speaking engagements related to education, and I also run the youth division of a private equity and mentoring company for female founders, and I wrote the curriculum for teaching teenage girls about entrepreneurship. So
I love
doing a lot of things with education and girls and empowerment and things like that. So.
Well, I just love what you're doing. What's your favorite thing to speak about?
My favorite thing to speak about is how to get kids to have better dialogue in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you get parents to interact and have dialogue? Because I know some parents, when I was raising my 4 sons, it was like some parents or some teachers don't want you involved at all. They're just like, well, this is the way it is. Don't come to class and ask questions, And then others really open that.
Yeah.
So what do you find works best, and how do you help them?
I feel like having open communication through, just always being available through email and, things like that, and being able to sit down with them and say, here's how I can help you with whatever it is. Especially having been a middle school teacher, I've done a lot of that, talking to parents with ideas on how to help their kids in different areas of their lives.
So the Kiddiewinkies series, and it's available for your public schools, your private schools, and your homeschoolers as well, right?
Yeah.
And so any child that has an imagination, that likes to dream and likes to have fun and likes to create things, you're never too young, right? So any final words, and how do people get a hold of you?
I just really hope that kids are really enjoying these stories, that teachers are enjoying these stories, that it's something fun to read in school that kids get excited about. And people can reach me at www.chandrabriecox.com.
There it is on the screen. Grab it. You can pre-buy the book now, and you want to lock it in because they're flying off the shelves, literally and figuratively. And we're going to have you back in because with 7 books, it's just going to be epic to keep up with you.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Chandra.
Thank you.